Frosty Mitchell, inviting you to Veterans Auditorium in Des Moines, Iowa for the big one. Yes, the big night that everyone's been waiting for, the state championship of the Sweet 16. 16 high school girls teams from across the state have been vying this week for the big final game tonight, in which Mediapolis pits against View-Auburn. You know, it's been a week of excitement for both the players and thousands of fans that have flocked to Des Moines to see their favorite team compete for the big one. One of the highlights each year is the annual Girls Tournament Breakfast, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Retail Merchants Bureau. At the breakfast, 17-year-old Terry Summers, forward from Andrew Community School, was crowned queen of the 1975 tournament. Back at the auditorium, let's take a look at some of the action in the consolation game. Well, the consolation game was typical of the whole Sweet 16, a thriller, and it went right down to the wire. 7th-rated Maple Valley in the gold uniforms ended up 3rd place by winning the consolation game 76-69 over South Hamilton of Jewell. South Hamilton, the team in the Cardinal uniforms. Nice Yoakum, who had a sensational tournament, scored 54 points, and Nice got 15 of them in the final fabulous quarter, and she was later on to be named All-Tournament. It was 68-66 in this thriller with just over 2 minutes to play. Maple Valley came back from losing a heartbreaker in the Friday night semifinal, 63-61 to then unbeaten Mediapolis, and for Maple Valley it was only their 2nd loss of the year. For South Hamilton, a team that had come in as a Cinderella at the start of the tournament, they had lost a hard-fought semifinal to powerful, tall View-Auburn in the Friday night semifinal ball game. Well, South Hamilton battled back, and Gloria Gould had one of her best games in the tournament, scoring 31 points in the consolation. And so when it was all over, Maple Valley of Mapleton finishes up number 3 in the Sweet 16 by winning the consolation in a hard-fought ball game, 76-69, and a very impressive season record of 26 wins and only 2 losses. For South Hamilton, the team that had come in as the Cinderella, they finish up 21-7 and 4th in the Sweet 16. 12 members of the Sweet 16 didn't play on the final night, but appeared in the Parade of Champions. From Dallas County, meet Coach Larry Niemeyer and his Tigerettes of Adel. They were undefeated on the regular season, won 24 games, lost to Audubon in the opening round. From up in Jackson County, Coach Brian Goffner's Hawks from Andrew. A little town with a big record of 27-1, they lost to Northeast Hamilton in the opening round. From Audubon County came the Wheelerettes of Audubon, coached again by Bruce Adkins, a great regular season record of 26-1. This power from Western Iowa lost to another Western Iowa power, Maple Valley, in the quarterfinals. From up in Lake Country, Clay County, Clay Central High School, Coach Jim McDowell's Comanches. They were 22-0 on the regular season, but lost to Washington of Cedar Rapids in the opening round. From Franklin County, a familiar face, Carroll Rugland, his Bulldogs from Hampton, Iowa. Another unbeaten regular season team, 25-0. They lost to the eventual champs from View-Auburn in the first round. And from Marion County, the Pantherettes of Knoxville, coached by Darrell Swisher. 23-3 on the regular season. This team lost to Mediapolis in the first round. Defending state champions were these ladies, the Hawkettes of Manila. Coach Larry Bullock returned from Crawford County with the Manila girls, and the green and white were 27-0 on the regular season. From Hamilton County, it's the Trojettes, Coach Fred Frazell, and Northeast Hamilton. A surprise entry into the finals of the Sweet 16. They were 17-7 on the regular season. From Lynn County, the first big school to ever play in the Sweet 16, the Warriors of Washington High School in Cedar Rapids. Coach Bob Fouts' gals were 23-2 on the regular season. From Fayette County came a powerhouse from Maynard West Central. Gene Kling's Blue Devilettes, 26-0 on the regular season, lost to unbeaten Manila in a great first-round ball game. Kenny Sutton brought back his Trojanettes from West Marshall in Marshall County, 23-3 on the regular season, and West Marshall had a real duel with Maple Valley in the first round. From southeast Iowa, Henry County, the home of Winfield Mount Union. Don Bender's Wolvettes, with a 21-3 regular season record, lost to South Hamilton in the first round. The parade continues with championship teams and champion individuals in 13 state championship competitions. During the school year and during the summertime, 2,465 Iowa girls teams competed for titles, and girls won championships in a variety of sports. They won plaques and beautiful trophies all over the state of Iowa. The crowd greeted champions in softball, both the summer and fall tournament champs. Swimming champions as team champions and as individuals. The gymnasts had individual champions as well as a state team champion. In track, lots of champions in Iowa girls sports. They have track both indoor, team and individual, and outdoor, team and individual champions, and distance running also. In synchronized swimming, champions were presented. In volleyball competition, in golf, state individual champions as medalists, as well as a state team champion. The tennis champions also, singles and doubles, as well as team champions in the parade of champions before the finals of the Sweet 16. Well, the excitement mounts. Please join myself and Jim Zabel now for Mediapolis, View-Auburn for the state championship.
First to guard, from View-Auburn, number 55, Jolene Block. From Mediapolis, number 34, Chris Belknap. From View-Auburn, number 53, Kay Pick. From Mediapolis, number 32, Chris Rules. From View-Auburn, number 35, Janet Luke. From Mediapolis, number 44, Jill Harden. Now the forwards. From View-Auburn, number 45, Noreen Lamuck. From Mediapolis, number 14, Deb Coates. From View-Auburn, number 41, Mickey Olberding. From Mediapolis, number 22, Rita Goffner. From View-Auburn, number 21, Joanne Chodden. From Mediapolis, number 50, Rhonda Weingartz. The View-Auburn head coach, Bud McCrae. And the Mediapolis head coach, Bud McClaren.
Debbie Coates, you'll be looking at her in the light uniform, is the only East Long Frosty ever to score more than 5,000 points in her career, which she now has.
She's a great one. Her health has been of concern. As a lot of people know, she was in ill health last night, still got 42 points.
All right, number 55, Jolene Bloss, is the guard to watch out there. And there's the first shot of the ball game and the first averaging 8 rebounds a game, very high for girls basketball. She also plays the front end of the court. She got 29 points against Hampton in the forward role, and right now we see Rhonda Weingartz score the first 2 points for Mediapolis. In the forecourt now, the ball for the Lake View-Auburn Hawkettes. A shot from the baseline. Noreen Lamont. She's their leading scorer, averaging 24.
Something very important could be turnovers in this ball game. So far in the tournament, Mediapolis only had 28 turnovers in 3 ball games.
And they're hitting them from the flanks. 2 shots along the baseline. That one by Rita Goffner. And it's a 4-2 ball game, Mediapolis.
Those 28 turnovers
Olberding
to 71 for Lakeview Auburn in 3 ball games.
Foul is on Belknap, number 34. And at the free throw line will be number 41, Mickey Olberding.
We saw Debbie Coates miss her first shot last night. She missed her first 5 shots of the ball game, then went 6 for 9 in the quarter, ended up making 9 shots in a row.
Right, but she didn't have a very good last half, Frosty, going 42 points, and I think only 10 or something like that in the last half.
Yes, she was 20 for 38 for the night, and she usually shoots well over 60%.
Mickey Olberding, number 41, made the shots, or attempted the shots, we should say, and the rebound picked up by Jill Harden, a 6-foot-tall freshman guard. Here's Debbie Coates. There you see her try that shot, and she misses again. Off to a cold start again tonight. Jolene Blas, a 6'4" post guard, got the rebound that time, and now we have it in the front court of the Hawkettes of Lakeview Auburn. Playing it around, Joanne Schodden is number 21, Mickey Olberding, number 41, Noreen Lamuck, their leading scorer. Here's Noreen. Well, I think both these clubs are a little bit tense right now. Chris Rules grabbed the rebound.
You can understand, Lakeview Auburn has never played in the Saturday night game before for the state championship.
Veteran guard Chris Rules is out there in the backcourt, number 32. Now we're in the front court of Mediapolis. The Bullets have the ball. They're 30-0 for the season. Of course, the out guards are Rita Goffner, number 22. She has the ball now into Deb Coates, being guarded by 6'4" Blas. And trying to shoot over the screen that time and misses everything. No iron on that one.
In that guard court for Lakeview Auburn, getting to start tonight, Janet Luke in place of Terry Gush. Coach Bud McRae says that he has alternated them all season long, switching off on who would start every other game, and he wasn't going to change tonight. Kay
Pick, 6-foot-tall guard, got the rebound that time for the Hawkettes of Lakeview Auburn. Mickey Olberding has the ball slapped out of her hands, and she called for traveling. Nice defensive job on her, done by Chris Belknap, number 34. Chris in a white uniform will throw the ball in for the Mediapolis Bullets. And both these teams can play defense on the forward end of the court also. Rules has the ball over to Belknap. Trying to work it across the line, and the forwards of Lakeview Auburn playing a lot of defense out there. Okay, the 2 out forwards have it now in the front court for the Bullets. There's Debbie Coates. What's her fake? There you see that patented jump shot of hers from the bottom of the free throw circle.
A great athlete.
2 points in this game.
She shot that over the tallest guard that she's ever faced in Jolene Blas at 6'4".
Tallest guard ever to play, I think, in girls basketball in Iowa. Nice set shot there by Mickey Olberding. Olberding now with her first 2-pointer of the game, and it's 6-4 Mediapolis. Bullets have the ball in front court. Rita Goffner. Her brother plays on the Mediapolis boys team coming to state next week. There's Coates again on that great shot over the whole guard court.
Debbie's got a younger brother who's a sophomore reserve also on that team. They'll be in Double-A.
Hawkettes with the ball. Noreen Lamock. Back again, Noreen. They like to have her take that shot if she can, but Jill Harden's guarding her and doing a good job of it so far. There's Noreen. Mickey Olberding. She likes to cut down the lane. She does this time. Chris Rules fouls her. Chris Rules called with a foul. She's 5'4", but Bud McLaren likes to have her play in there because she's a very heady, smart, and quick basketball player. First foul on Chris Rules.
Mickey Olberding at the line. He's a good free thrower. A little bit tense, probably. She made those final 6 big free throws in the opening round against Hampton. Kids call her Goober for some reason.
Mickey has hit 12 of 16 free throws of previous 3 games in this tournament. She comes through now. Mediapolis leading 8-5. Chris Rules goes out of the ball game. Coming in for Mediapolis in the backcourt, number 24, Sandy Beckman, also a very quick guard. Charging foul called on Belknap to put the ball into play.
Jim, earlier in the Manila game, when Sandy Beckman, who used to be a reserve forward, came in, they went out of a man-to-man into a zone defense. When Beckman came in, she's only played in 8 ball games this year.
All right, Noreen Lamuck now works the ball around over to Joanne Shodden. Joanne is number 21. She's the lowest scorer in average in this front court.
And they went into a zone defense.
That's going to get it. Oh, she makes a save on it. Great save made on that one by Mickey Oberding. So Joanne Shodden has the ball. Shodden takes it. They try to give and go, but she ran with the ball.
Super fast.
Right, Belknap will throw it in to Beckman. Mediapolis Bullets with the ball, working against a fine defensive forward court for Lakeview Auburn. Lakeview's only 2 defeats during the season came at the hands of defending state champion Manila. And once again, defensive play by the forwards get the job done. Shodden to Lamuck.
No one would have guessed the score to be this low at this point, halfway through the first quarter.
Shodden to Lamuck again. Except for the fact, of course, that Lakeview Auburn has held their opponents to less than 40 points a game on the average.
While scoring 72 themselves, they've won by an average margin of 33.
Now, Shodden taking your time. One reason for the low scoring is the fact they play a patterned offense. They work for the shot, and Lorraine Lamuck came up with the shot. Number 20, 45. Has 4 points now. Mediapolis with the ball in forecourt. Rita Goffner.
Both teams, tremendous patience in the pattern that they're waiting
Here's
for.
Coach. Look at that unusual guard alignment right down the middle. They don't want it to drive. That's your favorite play. Into the corner. Rita Goffner has it. Here's Coach with the ball. Swings around, and she gets the shot away and is fouled. How do you like that?
Well, that's super, Jim. I imagine that our color cameras showed you right then a super matchup between probably an all-tournament forward and an all-tournament guard later on this evening.
Coach trying to turn this into a 3-point play. Fouled by Janet Luck.
Debbie Coates, of course, has been all-tournament twice before, captained the team 2 years ago.
Jolene Bloss is off for the rebound. The big 6'4" gal, Kay Pick, 6 feet tall, throws it across the line. Noreen Lamuck. Mickey Oberding. Drive by Lamuck. Well, Lamuck knows where the hoop is. Noreen Lamuck now matches Debbie Coates, 6 points each. And it's a 1-point lead for Mediapolis. Debbie Coates. Rita Goffner. Rita can make those all night. She's not guarded.
They're all good shooters. All 3 of the forwards for Mediapolis are over 60% for the season. Barely.
Mickey Oberding to Lamuck along the baseline. Guarded by Harden. Oberding. Joanne Shodden.
They've gone back to a man-to-man out of that zone.
Here's Lamuck with the ball. Shodden back to Lamuck again, and now the lead pass underneath, but she doesn't take the shot, and here's Oberding. Oberding shoots it. A 1-point ball game again, 12-11 Mediapolis.
Lakeview Auburn forwards are moving off the ball far better than they did last night in the ball game with South Hamilton.
Now, Debbie Coates makes her moves, fights her way in there. A little bit short that time, and they're giving him just one shot as Jolene Bloss really works the glass. Coates slaps the ball out of bounds. Debbie Coates, good athlete. All over the basketball court. And his father is the football coach down in Mediapolis. They were undefeated last fall.
Terry Gush just came into the guard court for Lakeview Auburn. Janet Luke is going out. Sue Otkin came in for Mediapolis into the guard court. And Sandy Beckman went out.
All right, now we have forecourt action with Joanne Shodden into the lane. And ball tapped around with Harden coming out for the rebound.
With Etkin and Harden in there, you've got 2 6-footers in the guard court also.
They need more height, I think, Bud McLaren feels. Here she is, trying that shot, slapped out of her hands by Bloss. And not too many guards have been able to do that against Coates. He really intimidated her that time, just slapped it right out and said, you're not going to get that shot.
Well, Jolene Bloss, in addition to big, is also quick.
Rhonda Weingartz. Rhonda comes through with her 4th point of the night, taking the pressure off of Coates a little bit. 14-11. Mediapolis in front. 53 seconds to go first quarter. Championship game of the girls tournament. That one by Shodden. Belknap is off for the rebound. She's done a great job all the way through for Mediapolis in the backcourt. Goffner to Coates. Debbie Coates missing everything. Dick with the rebound on the bounce. Bloss takes it.
That was an example of the intimidation. Debbie put more arch on that shot than she usually does.
Right, she likes to boss the guards and tell them what she's going to do and likes to drive the lane, which they're blocking. They're not letting her do that. Irene Lamuck. Over to Olberding. Back now to Lamuck. Here's Shadden with the ball. Joanne starts her drive. Back to Olberding.
Not worrying about the 12 seconds that are left.
They, of course, retain possession between quarters. Unless they get the clear shot, they won't take it. Here's Lamuck. She is going to take it. That's a good shot for her, but it fails to go in. Gil Harden with the rebound, and Mediapolis will have possession. A good first quarter in terms of closeness. That ends the first quarter with the score. Mediapolis 14, Lakeview Auburn 11. Debbie Coates, Frosty, is 3 for 7 right now. That's cold for her, but it's a few messages around her, but even better than she was last night when she went 1 for 9 in the first bit of action. But they still won the game by 2.
Jim, that last banner you just saw was from Mesmer High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Lois Carter Blankenship has brought that team in. She used to be Lois Carter when she played at New Monroe High School here in Iowa.
Mediapolis with the ball. And here's Debbie Coates, number 14. She doesn't like to shoot in a stationary position like that. She'd much rather drive, and you can see the results of it. Jolene Blass, 6'4" post guard with the ball. Now we have Gloria Olberding in the lineup. She replaced the other freshman out there, Joanne Shadden. Gloria is only 15 years old, a 9th grader, as is Shadden. Noreen Lamuck. That one did everything but go down through the netting. And Belknap is tied up with Mickey Olberding.
Both coaches this ball game's names start with Muck. You've got McRae and McLaren, and both are called Bud.
Olberding and Olberding in that front court. They are sisters. Gloria with the ball. Back over to Lamuck, and now Mickey Olberding. 14-11. Mediapolis in front here as we start the second quarter of a low-scoring ball game. Very patient. They work around for the shot. That time they don't get it. Harden is off for the rebound. Only a freshman. She's the heir apparent to Debbie Coates on the Mediapolis team. She'll move into the front court next year, according to Bud McLaren. Goffner with the ball. Rita takes a look at the basket. Back to Rhonda Weingartz. To Goffner.
That's an unorthodox defense, but it's certainly working.
Right. I think they want to stack it up so she can't drive the lane on them, and she likes to do that. And Coates is becoming a little bit unnerved, I think, down there. They try to make a save on the ball, but they say Goffner was out of bounds on the north sideline here at the auditorium.
They had only had 28 turnovers in the first 3 ball games, and they've had 3 already here in the first half.
Jolene Bloss throws across the line to Gloria Olberding, and now Lamuck with the ball. Back to Gloria. Mickey Olberding. Noreen. Mickey. Gloria Olberding. Oh, they take their time setting up the shots. A little bit unnerving to guards sometimes. Trying to get them out of position. If they possibly can get that easy shot. Noreen Lamuck, she's going to take it. Rebounds her shot. Mickey Olberding. 14-11 score. Mediapolis in front. Again, gets another try at it. Mediapolis off for that rebound. Sue Etkin, number 20. Now to Coates. Here's Debbie. A little bit short, shooting over Bloss's head that time. And they get just one shot. A tremendous defensive job being done, as was expected by the Lakeview Auburn guards. Tallest guard court ever in state tournament history. Mickey Olberding.
A guard court that averages 6 foot tall.
Right, and there you see it pay off. Noreen Lamuck. And we have a 1-point ball game. 14-13 Mediapolis with a 1-point lead in the ball.
Lamuck had 29 last night against South Hamilton.
Here's Debbie Coates on that fall away, and she's not getting the range with it. Shooting over the head of the tallest guard, as you said, Frosty, she's ever worked against. Rhonda Weingartz. She tries it in. I'll tell you what, the momentum of this game is shifting in favor of the underdog Lakeview Auburn team.
The neutral crowd, of course, is moving towards Lakeview Auburn.
Crowd, of course, usually supports the Cinderella team, and here's Lamuck, and she puts her team out in front. Noreen Lamuck gives Lakeview Auburn the lead, 15-14, and now Bud McLaren one of the most respected coaches in girls basketball history, wants a timeout.
Bud McLaren has to be a little bit concerned. He called, I think, only his second timeout in 4 ball games of this tournament. He doesn't want to fall behind to a team like Lakeview Auburn by any amount, because they can slow it down on you to where you get in foul trouble just trying to get the ball.
Very, very true. Rita Goffner with the basketball now. Over to Rhonda Weingartz. Let's see how he changes offense. He's going to have him shoot from out, and they're capable of doing it, as you just saw. Mediapolis back in front, 16-15. Maureen Lamuck. Mickey Olberding and Gloria Olberding. Sister combination. They're giving him the outside shot. Mickey doesn't want to take it. Noreen. Back again. Here's an easy jumper from about 6-7 feet out there, and Gloria Olberding pops it through. 17-16.
They just don't panic. They wait for the shot they want right off the drawing board.
Coach whips a pass over to Rhonda Weingartz. Back to Rhonda again. She's going to shoot it. Outside shooting, not getting the job done, and now Lakeview Auburn has a chance to go up by 3 if they score. Collision in back court there.
No harm and no foul, Jim.
All right, apparently that's the rule. Over to Mickey Olberding. Noreen Lamuck. Here's Gloria. Mickey Olberding. It's good. Mickey Olberding shooting over the head of Jill Harden that time, and now Mediapolis falls behind by 3. And if they get you down by 5 or 7 points, watch out. Even with a long time to go, that could indicate the trend of this ball game. Coates along the baseline. Her shot is short once again. She's being forced out, and she's being forced off the rhythm of her shooting. And you're seeing the results of it.
Tempo and rhythm is so important. Of course, we're only presuming that what we heard, Jim, that her health is good. She was at the luncheon today, though she was a little under the weather yesterday.
Right, she hadn't been feeling good. Might be a case of nerves. She's been under tremendous pressure. And a foul on Mediapolis. On the backcourt of Mediapolis on Sue Etkin. Spells her name O-E-T-K-E-N. Taking a look at Bud McLaren there for a moment, and his look is one of apprehension. At the free throw line, Gloria Olberding. She's 15 years old. What a thrill to be playing in this tournament. It's got to be for her.
You talk about Bud McLaren. There's a guy that's won 423 basketball games and 2 state titles. But earlier this year, a guy from Monticello, Bob Mullen, won his 700th basketball game with girls.
Gloria Olberding comes through in the clutch. She's just a 14-year-old, 15-year-old ninth grader. Collision on the basketball court, and a charging foul is called on Mediapolis. Nothing is going right now for the backcourt of the Bullets.
And 1-1 for Lakeview Auburn can become a big, big weapon right here.
Right, and Chris Belknap, one of the most valuable, now has 3 fouls against her. 21-16 is the score. Lakeview Auburn has the basketball and the lead. And they're going into a deliberate control game here. 2:22 left to play in the first half.
Well, when you're holding the dice, sometimes, Jim, you can make the rules, and that's what they're doing right now.
Noreen Lamuck out to Gloria Olberding. Back to Mickey, and now they're playing just a wide passing game. Noreen threatens to shoot. Three-second violation.
Big break for Mediapolis. They were back by 5, and Lakeview Auburn had the ball.
All right, the rule that they can't hold the ball.
They didn't advance towards the bucket in the 3 seconds.
Right, you can't hold it out on the court. You must make progress toward the basket. Now, along the baseline, it's Coates. Really off balance on her shooting. And giving her just 1 that time.
A brown-eyed brunette that's a picture of frustration right now. Debbie Coates really battling herself right now, as well as Jolene Blass.
All right, and Terry Gosh took that rebound, Frosty. Coates is now 3 out of 12, has gone 5 minutes and no points.
And you'll see Mediapolis defense, Jim, has come clear out man for man right now. They know they have to have the ball. They don't dare let Lakeview Auburn go in at halftime, probably setting on a 5-point lead.
And they might just do that the way they're playing, leading right now 21-16 with 1:15 to go. They lost the ball the last time by not advancing toward the basket. It's a judgment call.
This time last year, of course, you could have gone into the backcourt to stall if you wanted to, Jim.
No longer. No time limit on getting the ball out except a judgment. So you must make progress toward getting it out. Noreen Lamuck Hits the iron.
Well, Mediapolis gets life.
Belknap and Harden work it across the line. Kay Weingart to Goffner. Rita Goffner. Out to Weingart. Goffner again.
Clock becomes important. You're down to 35-second mark.
Obviously, with a shooting total of, or average rather, of 55 points a game, they depend on Coates to do the bulk of it. But now they're going to have to go to the out forwards, and Rhonda Weingartz came through.
And she shoots 62% for the season from out there. Goffner can shoot 60%.
21-18 score, and right now it's the Olberding sisters playing catch with the ball over to Noreen Lamuck. She's wide open. Is she going to take the shot?
Tough turnover on the double dribble.
Dribbling violation against Noreen Lamuck. 21-18. They were leading by 5. Now they're leading by 3. 12 seconds to go, and let's see what Chris Belknap can do. Number 34, and bringing that ball across the line. Great defensive play by the forwards, and Noreen Lamuck plays too good defensively.
Didn't hurt that
for a foul.
Didn't hurt that much, Jim, because they're not on the 1-and-1. It does stop the clock with the 6 seconds, but it will take them a little longer to get the ball in play.
6 seconds to play in the first half. Rita over to Rhonda. And it's good. A big bucket there. Very important bucket for Mediapolis, coming right ahead of the horn, and it makes it a 1-point instead of a 5-point game. And we'll be back with the Hall of Fame presentation in just a moment.
Hill, South Hamilton, 1965. Alberta Van Dyke of Hansel, 1951. Anna Meyer from Atlington, 1934. And Ellen Mosier, Allison Bristow, 1967. 5 inductees into the Hall of Fame, 1975. And now for the thrills of the second half of the title game.
All right, it'll be Lakeview Auburn now. They're in the dark uniforms. Actually, they're red uniforms, as you can see. And they'll be putting the ball in play in their forecourt, and they'll be driving from our vantage point to our left to the west basket here at Veterans Auditorium. Our Gloria Olberding is starting the second half along with sister Vicky Olberding, and Vicky has the basketball right now. Noreen Lamuck. Let's see what changes have been made when they work this ball around. A very patient team, and it pays off. Gloria Olberding, and that's exactly why he's starting her, this freshman, in place of Joanne Chodden. He felt she had the hot hand in the first half. Now, into the corner it goes. Rita Goffner, she drives. The ball is tapped out of her hands. Great defensive play by Kay Pick. But possession still, and here along the baseline, once again, Coates.
And that time she got the open shot that she wanted, and I think she was so surprised to be that open, Jim.
Looks like it.
Well, Lakeview Auburn had a 5-point lead before. They're on the drive.
And Gloria Olberding tried to hook it blind back overhead. Lucky Belknap almost had a hand on that ball, but Noreen Lamuck gets it instead. 23-20 ball game. Very, very tight, low scoring, but that's the way Lakeview forces you to play. Play their game. Defensively, they're the best team in state. Working for that shot. This time, Mickey Olberding tries it, and a jump ball is called.
Jim, we're happy for the Drake Bulldogs, incidentally, here at halftime.
Right. Report we have, Drake is leading by
38-29.
Right, 38-29. Drake leading Bowling Green at halftime over the Commissioners Tournament. Mediapolis comes up with the ball. Goffner now into Coates. Let's see what she can do with it. Her bank shot. She's now about 3 for 15 by our tabulation. And if Debbie Coates cannot get that ball to the hoop, there is trouble for Mediapolis, because Noreen Lamuck and Lakeview Auburn are getting the ball through the hoop. And Frosty, you know, we're talking about a 5 to 7 point lead. If Lakeview Auburn gets that, watch out, because they got a defensive average of 39 points a game. Rita Goffner over to Rhonda Weingartz, back to Rita.
Coach Bud McRae would not be afraid to set on this ball at all. With that tremendous height, they can just handle it up high on you.
Well, when you shoot like that, you've got to have some problems. That ball missed the hoop by at least a foot, maybe 2.
Frustration is the word that I'd have to use, Jim. On the forward court, they're shocked a little bit.
Noreen Lamuck. And the rebound picked up. They're going to call a jump. Belknap. Belknap tied up with Mickey Olberding.
And this is a very big jump ball right now in this ball game.
And you see it. Lakeview Auburn gets possession. Back to Noreen Lamuck. Mickey Olberding. Here's Noreen with the ball. Tries to get around Jill Harden. Very patient team. Gloria Olberding. Back to Gloria. Here's Noreen. Wide open shot this time, and it's in and out. Jill Harden with the basketball on the rebound. Foul is called on Mickey Olberding. You can't tie up the ball except in the lane or in the act of shooting.
We're 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, and Mediapolis hasn't scored yet in this half of the basketball game.
South Hamilton coach Bud Legg over there. First game, South Hamilton was defeated by Maple Valley, 76-68. Okay, Mediapolis trying to work the ball out of the backcourt. 5:15 to go, third period. Low-scoring defensive game. Ball is tapped around, and foul is called on Kay Peck, 6'2" guard. She's averaging close to 5 rebounds a game. Jolene Blass is averaging better than 8, which is sensational in girls basketball.
Kay Peck has had a wonderful tournament.
Would you believe that Jolene Blass was a premature baby? And there we have Debbie Coates finally scoring. She has 8 points so far, and she's got a chance for a 3-point play. And maybe she's going to come out and turn this thing around for her ball club.
She worked hard to get that one. She earned it.
Debbie Coates at the free throw line, trying to make a 3-point play out of this one. She went 14 minutes and 25 seconds without scoring, and now she comes on with a 3-pointer, and this is a 2-point ball game. Jolene Blass. Coates comes up with the interception. Great defensive play by Debbie Coates, and the Mediapolis fans are jubilant over that. Rita, back to Debbie. Here's Coates going along the baseline against Blass. Now back to Rhonda Weingartz. Coates has the ball. Let's see what she does against Blass. Forced it up there. Beautiful play by Debbie Coates.
She might have been working for the foul on that as well as the bucket.
It's Coates against Blass. That's the story of this ball game. And right now, they want timeout. Lakeview Auburn calls a timeout with the score. 25 for Mediapolis. 25 for Lakeview Auburn. As you described, Debbie Coates getting back in action. Mike Henderson, our statistician, says by actual count she went 14 minutes and 25 seconds without getting a bucket. But she ties up the score at a critical time. Gloria Olberding. Now back to Noreen Lamuck.
She also made a very big steal to get the ball back, Jim, before she got the bucket.
That's tremendous in a low-scoring defensive game such as this one. It all counts. Gloria Olberding. Back to Mickey, sister Mickey Olberding. And now the pressure is on Lakeview Auburn. Has some great rebounding. Puts the ball into the hands. Sue Etkin that time. Mediapolis has the ball tapped away. Belknap. But it was tapped out of Belknap's hands, so she'll throw it in for Mediapolis. Debbie Coates over to Rita Goffner. Collision off the ball. Nothing called, or isn't going to be called. Charging on Coates. For a while we thought it wasn't going to be called. Off the ball foul.
No free throws on the offensive foul, but a very big turnover in a tied-up ball game.
Right, game tied at 25, and Kay Peck, 6 foot tall, 10th grader. Jolene Blass graduates, but Kay Peck returns out of the backcourt for the Hawkettes of Lakeview Auburn. Noreen Lamuck over to Mickey Olberding. Mickey drives, there it is. Oh, beautiful drive right through the heart of the defense of Belknap and Harden and Etkin, driving right through those Mediapolis guards who also pride themselves on defensive play. Debbie Coates does the same thing. Great release on a wrist action shot, and she gets around Jolene Blass to do it.
Well,
27
determination.
to 27.
Debbie Coates now determined. She was frustrated before, but she's decided to take charge.
Mickey Olberding, and that's when she plays most effectively, when she does the intimidating, not being the victim of intimidation. Gloria Olberding. Back to Mickey. Free throw line shot, and she makes it just like a free throw.
That was a real courage shot. There was nobody under there to rebound.
29 to 27. Lakeview Auburn in a thriller, leading the highly favored Mediapolis team. Favored in every place else but Lakeview Auburn, and Debbie Coates shows why. Look at that release on that jump shot.
She's
Great
starting to come on.
wrist action. Debbie Coates now leads with 15 points. 4 in a row Debbie Coates has made after going 3 for 16, and a traveling call against Gloria Olberding. Gloria leaped to try and pass the ball, and of course when you retain possession, when you don't release it, that means traveling.
It's very noticeable when Mediapolis forward court came alive, but Jim, their guard court has really come alive here in the third quarter.
As they did
also
against Manila, as Beth McLaren credited the guard court with doing as much to win that key game as anything. Here's Coates with the ball. They're still using that stacked zone, and Coates releasing it now. She's found the angle she wants. Driving down the left side of the lane, and Debbie Coates
The third girl back on that picket fence zone
has
has
now
got
made 5 in a row, Frosty.
She's got to come to the baseline because Blas is forcing her outside, but she's getting the fadeaway.
Lakeview Auburn. Mickey Olberding has it, and it goes in. Mickey Olberding going in off the weak side, and they pulled the guards over. And it's a 31-31 ball game. Debbie Coates with a basketball for Mediapolis. Tries to drive in, loses control of the ball, it goes out of bounds. She kind of stumbled that time, trying to get around her guard. Lost control of the basketball, and it goes out of bounds. Kay Pick throwing it into Blas. Coates tries to steal it away, and it gets across the line. Noreen Leluck. And interception by Belknap. Sue Atkin.
We'd mentioned earlier that Lakeview Auburn had a lot of turnovers, and that's the thing they cannot afford now.
Okay, and coaching staff comes out and said, hey, girls, let's calm it down. Let's play our game. Here's Coates underneath playing her game. And she gets it up there, but doesn't get the shot in, off balance, but they rebound. And Coates now, Rita Goffner back out there. Goffner shoots it. Rita Goffner. Now Mediapolis pulls out in front by 2, 33-31, 122 to go in a hectic third quarter here at State. Championship is on the line. Girls basketball for 1975.
This is it, Jim. There's just no tomorrow for anybody.
Back out Gloria Olberding, and is it going to go in? It does. A little gal with all the pressure in the world on her pops it through. Gloria Olberding.
Crowd staying right with Lakeview Auburn, as you would expect. They're the Cinderella at this point.
Rita Goffner. Rhonda Weingartz, and here's Coates. 3 guards on her. Is the ball going to go in? She's fouled. Coates is doing as much to play for the foul, I think, Frosty, as she is to try to get that ball hoop. Terry Gotts charged with a foul.
She is a very fine free thrower. Schotten, that's Joanne Schotten that came in.
Replaces Gloria Olberding. Both are freshmen, both 15-year-old ninth graders. And what a thrill that has to be, Frosty, for a gal 15 years old to play before a television audience estimated in the millions and a crowd here of 15,000.
Debbie Coates gets 1 out of 2, but that's still not her average.
Debbie Coates puts Mediapolis in front now, 34-33. Jolene Blas.
Coates almost got that one.
Noreen Lemuck. Back to Joanne Schotten. Makes her move. Can't get the shot, but Noreen Lemuck does have it, and it's good.
That's the famous soft touch of girls basketball. That one hit the iron, Jim. A lot of boys, that would have fallen away. It just fell right into the cylinder.
Lakeview Auburn by 1. Here's Coates off to Rita Goffner. To Coates. Against Blas, 1-on-1. She drives in. That's 1-on-3, but it goes through. Just forcing her way down that baseline.
She muscled her way
now with 21 points. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be played in. A break for Mediapolis as Belknap now will play it in to Sue Atkins, standing there, number 20. Jill Harden, number 44.
Only 7 seconds. Only 7 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And the name of the game is poise on both ends. The team that maintains it has the big upper hand.
36-35, Mediapolis with the ball, and I think they're just going to run it out because they maintain possession in girls basketball. And they do. They wait for the sound of the horn. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down to where it's all going to be decided. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Mediapolis 36, Lakeview Auburn 35. Here's another one of those rabid girls basketball fans, Frosty, the young lady, enjoying herself at the state basketball tournament. A basketball star of the future. They bring him here all ages.
Well, we hope a lot of televiewers are enjoying it also, Jim.
Right. Covering all the parts of 12 states with this telecast, and we're very happy to welcome you to girls basketball 1975 and a thrilling game here. Here's Debbie Coates against Blas. That's the twosome that's battling it out, really, if you want to talk about personal warfare on that basketball court. Tremendous guard against a tremendous forward. Debbie Coates. The jump shot is good. Debbie Coates in the bottom of the lane, a two-handed jumper. 38-35, and that is Mediapolis' biggest lead in this ball game.
And we'll see if it changes the poise or the patience of Lakeview Auburn.
Debbie Coates scored 15 points in 5 minutes and 6 seconds after going some 14 minutes without scoring. And that one is the equalizer, 38-37. Mediapolis lead down to 1 point. Rita Goffner in the left corner.
A moment ago when you saw that baseline full of photographers, there are over 80 of them here.
All right, interception. Lakeview Auburn coming up with the ball. Fine defensive play by Kay Pick and Jolene Blas. Now the forwards have it. Noreen Lamuck. We're starting the fourth quarter. Here's Noreen with the ball. Joanne Shodden down the weak side, and there you see it.
Great left-handed individual effort.
Right, and that pulls Lakeview Auburn. The Hawkettes seem to be storming back here after Mediapolis had taken a momentum. Rita Goffner into the corner. Rhonda Weingartz back to Rita. Goffner trying to drive in and throws it way up there, high on the glass, and Jolene Blas is off for the rebound.
There's a very big possession. 1 point in the ball with 6:11 to go.
That's right, and if Lakeview Auburn can get it up to 5 in this quarter, watch out. As
Yes,
they had in the earlier going in this ball game. Noreen Lamuck, wide open shot, but she doesn't take it. Passes back to Noreen. Mickey Oberding.
Now they're back in the driver's seat where they can dictate.
Noreen, Mickey, guarded by Belknap. Decides better trying the shot, and now working against Etkin. Noreen tries to get it in, back to Mickey again. Here's Oberding. She travels with the ball. A costly penalty.
And we talked earlier about those turnovers. Lakeview Auburn had 78 coming into the ball, 72 coming into it. Mediapolis had 28, and going down the stretch, that could be important.
That backcourt right now for Lakeview Auburn reads height-wise 6'4", 6 feet, 5'8". Tallest guard court ever in tournament history. Jill Harden with the ball. The interception is picked up by Noreen Lamuck. Noreen was waiting for that one. She fronted her girl beautifully and took the basketball. And now with 5:28 to go, Lakeview Auburn leading 39-38. Noreen Lamuck has the ball. Over to Oberding. She tries it, and it's Etkin with the rebound. Sue Etkin for Mediapolis. What a great ball game we're seeing here. A defensive struggle. Belknap allowed to get up, but she loses control of the ball, and she's fouled by Mickey Oberding. I'll tell you one thing, Frosty, these forwards are playing an awful lot of defense tonight.
Yes, they are. This is the kind of basketball that Donald Call would even enjoy. Mediapolis has a big weapon here, Jim. They're on the 1-and-1. Lakeview Auburn is not. And when Mediapolis goes to the line and they have the option, you better believe they call on Debbie Coates.
Debbie Coates comes to the line. She's about a 78% free throw shooter. And she comes through in the clutch. 77.3 is her free throw percentage. Oh, that one looked like it was going to pop out, but it hung up there, went down through the netting. Jolene Blas. Jolene Blas's mother on an interview at halftime said that Jolene, would you believe, was a premature baby.
Well, with the free throws, they just passed Lakeview Auburn's defensive average of 39.1 on the season.
Mediapolis leading here 40-39. There is Noreen Lamuck. She puts Lakeview Auburn ahead 41-40, and what a finish we're in for on this one. Rita Goffner.
This tournament's had some great ball games, but this could be the greatest one of all.
Right, the tremendous games between Manila and West Central, and Manila and Mediapolis may be eclipsed by this one. Certainly the importance of them right now has to be greater. Here's Coates.
Look at that
defense. She find the opening.
Look at that.
They got her blocked. Back to Goffner. Trying to work it into Debbie Coates.
Coates working hard off the ball, trying to get free out there.
Rita Goffner. Rhonda Weingartz.
And now
Here's
the patience. Patience and poise from Bud McLearn's ball club.
Coates to Rita Goffner. 41-40, Lakeview Auburn leads. Underneath, the shot is good by Coates.
Great
Beautiful
effort.
play that time. Great feed by Weingartz. And Debbie Coates now has 27 points. 42-41 Mediapolis, and she's having to work for every shot she gets. Mickey Oberding to Noreen Lamuck. Back to Oberding again. Underneath, and Noreen gives her team a 1-point lead. Noreen Lamuck.
Going to make a difference who's on top when the buzzer sounds the way it's going.
3:28, and I have to say this, if either team in this game gets a 3-point lead inside the 3-minute mark, that could be it. Here's Rita Goffner over to Debbie Coates.
Both teams still have plenty of
Really
timeouts.
sagging on Coates. Goffner, number 22, off the ball, and Coates drives in. The shot is good, and she's fouled. Debbie Coates fouled by Blas. Coates has now made, Frosty, 8 of her last 10.
Big
28 points.
Chance,
a big one there.
Chance at a three-point play that could be very big in the outcome of this ball game.
Debbie Coates at the free throw line. Trying to give her team a 2-point lead, and she does! 45 to 43, and 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play. In a scorcher here at State. Mickey Oberding. Shodden with the ball. Underneath, Lorene Lamach. Oberding. It's good, and it's tied. 45-45.
Has not been an overtime in this tournament. There were 2 a year ago.
We could have it tonight. They're this close with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Debbie Coates,
whole
tightly
season
guarded. Rita Goffner to Coates. Look how they sag on her. Trying to work it in along the baseline. They collapse on her when she gets about halfway in. They know she can kill you on that baseline shot if she has an opening. Here she is underneath. Coates going up for it. It's good. Look at how she works for that one.
Tremendous individual move.
Oh,
now
what a performance.
Bud McLaren is over talking to his forward court. There might be some strategy on a 2-point lead with the ball if they could get it back.
Right. Noreen Lamach. Back again. Mickey Oberding. Noreen has it. Is she going to shoot from outside? What are they going to try? Oberding. Back to Lamach. And a foul is called on Jill Harden. Pushing off foul on Jill Harden. That's her first foul.
All they'll get is the ball, however, Jim. Lakeview Auburn is not yet on the 1-1.
Right. It's been a very low fouling performance by the backcourt of Mediapolis. Outside of Chris Belknap, who has 3. Nobody else has more than 1. So now Mickey Oberding will shoot it. And this one is no good. A key rebound. Picked up by Sue Etkin. Over to Belknap. Belknap across the line. And Mediapolis now has possession and a 2-point lead.
What's the strategy now?
What are they going to do? Right now we see Gloria Olberding getting ready to come back into the lineup.
Minute and a half. They're going to take the good shot if they can get it. Otherwise, they'll...
Mediapolis with the ball. Will they try to stall it out? A minute 27. The clock is of uppermost importance right now. Mediapolis has a 2-point lead, and they almost lose it that time. Kay Pick almost got it. Now it's Debbie Coates with the ball.
And Lakeview Auburn has to come out one-on-one right now. They don't want to, but they have to.
Lakeview Auburn getting out of that stacked zone they were using earlier. A minute and 6 left to go. Mediapolis with a 2-point lead, 47 to 45, trying to become the first team in tournament history to win it 3 times.
Under a minute.
And now Debbie Coates plays catch with the ball. 53 seconds to play. Foul is called. Foul on Terry Gosh. Foul on Terry Gosh.
Bud McLaren is asking for 2 shots on the deliberate foul. Last night he asked for that and got the only technical foul of the tournament.
Right, questioning judgment. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout is called by Lakeview Auburn with the score. Mediapolis 47, Lakeview Auburn 45. From the standpoint of defense, now Lakeview Auburn trying to rise to the occasion.
And, Jim, I don't think it's 2 shots. I think it's 1 and maybe. And that makes the pressure even more on that little lady, Rita Goffner. Yes, 1 and 1.
Rita Goffner's a good free thrower, about 76%. Is it going to be good? It's not. But Mediapolis gets the rebound, and it's no good. And now Bloss has the ball. And Lakeview Auburn with it in forecourt.
40 seconds.
40 seconds to play. She can tie the score if she gets this one. And Gloria Olberding takes the shot. A furious fight, and Gloria gets the rebound.
30 seconds.
Here's Lorene Lamach with the ball. Back out. Lorene Lamach in the far corner, and she shoots it. The rebound shot is up and in. The game is tied at 47. And now, can they win it in regulation time?
16 seconds
to play. The clock is of utmost importance. The ball is out of bounds. It'll be a foul, I believe, on Kay Pick. Rita Goffner with the weight of the world hanging on her shoulders now with all the pressure imaginable. And now,
timeout.
What a timeout. Lakeview Auburn wants a timeout. So they call a timeout with a score. Mediapolis 47, Lakeview Auburn 47. Rita Goffner has been a 66% free thrower. All right, the weight of the world on this young lady. Rita Goffner, 5'5", a 12th grader.
1 and 1.
Mediapolis, 1 and 1. And it's no good. And we could have an overtime game unless they score. 8 seconds to play. Noreen Lamuck with the ball. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Here's Lamuck. She goes in. Underneath. And the horn sounds, and it's an overtime game. We go into overtime. It was a tremendous game, I think, between Everly
Union Whitten Everly.
And Union Whitten.
Jeanette Olson versus Denise Long.
Unbelievable game.
A year ago tonight we had an overtime, but it was in the consolation game when Woodbine beat Southeast Polk.
Coates against Bloss on the jump. 5'11 against 6'4.
If Lakeview Auburn gets the tip, they'll call timeout probably and put Bloss back in the other court.
Right. That's exactly their strategy.
Well, Jim, baseball has the designated hitter. We just saw the designated jumper.
Right. A new specialty in girls basketball originated in this. I won't say it's originated, but I don't think I've seen it before in state tournament competition. But you don't see too many Jolene Blosses in tournament competition either, who can go either way. All right, Bloss has the ball inbounding it. Jolene with it now, trying to work against the Mediapolis forwards, and they get it across the line. He's going to go with Gloria Olberding in that front court now. She's only a freshman, 15 years old, but she's done her job. And here's Noreen Lamuck out to Mickey Olberding. Mickey travels with the ball. So all that work for nothing.
All that strategy. Well, turnovers, we've said repeatedly, can be a big difference in the ball game.
All right, and now out of the backcourt, it's Harden with the ball. She lobs it across, and Rita Goffner takes it. 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the overtime. Score tied at 47. Rhonda Weingartz, number 50. Rita Goffner, number 22. And, of course, Debbie Coates, number 14. Working it around cautiously, going into
Debbie
a lot more deliberate style of play.
Our camera showed a good shot that time of Debbie trying to muscle her way back in there, but Pick and Bloss won't give her an inch.
They are tough.
And Mediapolis is going to play some time off the clock.
Right. Collision. Let's see who it's called on. A charging. Wait a minute. A foul is called on Rita Goffner.
Offensive.
Offensive foul. Ball possession is so important right now.
Number 40, Karen Peterson in the lineup.
Karen Peterson's coming in the front court, replacing Rita Goffner. I think Bud McLaren wants to get a little more defense in there.
Well, Karen started last year. She's
right.
a senior. She's got a lot of experience.
A lot of tournament savvy. Nobody scored as yet with a minute 57. We're almost halfway through the overtime.
Well, teams can play for the last shot.
Mickey Olberding. Noreen Lamuck, and here it is, but it's no good. Sue Etkin with a crucial rebound up to Coates. It may be that 2 points could decide this overtime the way it's going. Karen Peterson. Goffner is out of the ball game. Karen replaced her. Debbie Coates. Karen Peterson. Woo, they almost lose that one.
With Goffner out of there, that puts a lot of pressure on Rhonda Weingartz to be the outside shooter.
And they know it.
You're down to a minute 20.
Okay, there's Rhonda with the ball. And a loose ball in the court is stolen away by Kay Pick. Great defensive play by Pick. Forward court now to Gloria Olberding. Noreen Lamuck.
Down to the 1 minute mark.
Mickey Olberding. We're inside of 1 minute. 59 seconds. Score still tied at 47. Here it is. Shot good. Mickey Olberding. And Lakeview Auburn is out in front 49 to 47. And this place is going to be bedlam regardless of who wins it. Karen Peterson. Back out now to Karen Peterson. Almost loses the ball underneath the coach. Coach lays it up. The shot is good.
And a hacking
foul is called on Bloss.
A chance at the three-point play.
3 points. All righty, Debbie Coates now attempting a three-point play. Score tied at 49. Coates trying to give her team a 1 point lead.
That still, of course, would give Lakeview Auburn the ball back with 37 seconds to go. They could win it or lose it, Jim, on one shot by 1 point.
Here it is. Debbie Coates at the line. Mediapolis leads 50 to 49, 36 seconds to play. The clock is ticking away. There you see it in the upper part of the screen. Over to Mickey Olberding. Gloria Olberding. Out to Noreen Lamuck. She's going to try it, and it is no good. Follow-through shot is good. Mickey Olberding, 16 seconds to go. And now Mediapolis wants a timeout.
Aren't you glad you came?
I sure am, and aren't you glad you tuned in? Okay, Rita Goffner's back in there. They need offense. 12 seconds to play. Here's Debbie Coates. She'll take the last shot. Can they get it, though? 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Back again. Goffner. Here's Coates. Can she get the shot? Underneath. And she misses the ball. And the ball game is over. And Lakeview Auburn is the winner. Lakeview Auburn in sensational fashion. One of the great upsets of all time. And they're going absolutely wild on that basketball court.
Selected all the tournament were number 31, Debbie Coates of Mediapolis. Number 51, the fabulous Niece Yocums of Maple Valley. Number 15 is Jody Busing of South Hamilton. And number 41, high-scoring Glenda Polk of Maynard West Central. In the guard court all tournament was Jolene Blas from Lakeview Auburn, number 55. Number 40 is her teammate, Kay Pick of Lakeview Auburn. Number 44, Pam Scott from Maple Valley. And number 43, Jill Harden from Mediapolis. There they are, the sweetest of the Sweet 16 all tournament. And Executive Secretary Wayne Cooley puts that traditional winning red coat on the state championship coach, Bud McRae of Lakeview Auburn. To the victors go the spoils, and the victors, Lakeview Auburn, and they rush out to get that big trophy. Happiness is winning, and happiness in the Sweet 16 is winning the biggest trophy that you ever saw. Are they happy? Ecstatic would be a better word for these girls, basketball players and champions from Lakeview Auburn. As they present the trophy to their crowd says, "We're number one," and they've been saying that all season long. And the sign on the bus agrees, number one. And as these girls check out of their happy hotel, they bring along that prized possession, the gigantic trophy. For these young ladies are now about to take the shortest long bus ride they'll ever take. They're going home to the happy communities of Lakeview and Auburn, and another gigantic celebration waiting for them there. From